We'll have these stories plus a look at the weather forecast coming up next on the SIU Night Report.
You're watching WSIU TV, Channel 8, Carbondale.
Good evening. Democrat gubernatorial candidate Neil Hartigan brought his choice for lieutenant governor home to Southern Illinois today.
He's Jim Burns of McLeansboro, who initially announced he would be a candidate for attorney general. Burns showed Hartigan around McLeansboro before the two candidates made their way to Burns' alma mater, McLeansboro High School. Served with the U.S. Attorney's Office in Chicago for 8 years, and during that time he says he tried or supervised more than 1,000 drug-related cases. The main theme of Hartigan's campaign is fighting drugs. Hartigan says they'll develop a comprehensive program to battle the drug problem in Illinois.
Jim Burns' job is going to be a total partnership, not a sort of lieutenant governor, a governor and a lieutenant governor. Hartigan and Burns across the board. Jim Burns is going to be the person who's going to be the cutting edge of getting rid of the drugs in our schools.
Says he is ready to accept the challenge and feels his experience in fighting drug dealers is why Hartigan chose him as a running mate. Burns is confident their plan to fight drugs will succeed. The Hartigan-Burns team will be to improve Illinois' rank in the education system. The EPA invited local officials and the public to comment on Crab Orchard's toxic waste problem. The Night Report's Mark Cavell was there and says toxic waste dumping in Crab Orchard is a hot topic.
Should the Environmental Protection Agency incinerate toxic waste, or PCBs, at Crab Orchard Lake? That's the question raised tonight by environmentalists opposed to the incineration method. Environmentalist Renee Cook says there are other alternatives, and she wants them discussed before they decide on any incineration.
I'd like to get some experts that could come in, and you know, if that's the best way to go, okay, but we want some other verification than just EPA's.
This planning session was a preview of the more formal meeting to be held tomorrow night at 7 o'clock at the SIU Student Center, Ballroom D. In Carbondale, I'm Mark Carvel for the SIU Night Report.
We'll bring you the entire story on tomorrow's SIU Night Report. Bulldozers started turning over dirt in Marion, but as the Night Report Megan Beals reports, construction on the Illinois Center Mall did not begin without some hitches.
Workers have started to clear the way for the $50 million Illinois Center Mall. For months, debate on Marion's tax increment financing plan, in addition to other concerns, stalled construction. Local businessmen J.D. Castellano and Ron Emery have filed lawsuits against Marion's, charging the city's redevelopment plan does not follow the guidelines set by the Illinois Tax Increment Act. Also, Carbondale officials were outraged that Marion would try to lure Sears department store away from Carbondale with a state incentive program. But Marion Mayor Robert Butler sees no reason for construction to be put off any longer.
It's a good, fine American right for people to disagree. But that doesn't mean that good projects have to stop or be delayed because somebody might have a different opinion on whether or not a project is good.
Other concerns were from local merchants who fear mall competition.
As a merchant on the downtown square, I have some apprehension about having new businesses that will give me competition.
Mayor Butler says generally people are pleased construction has began on the multi-use development center, which will generate 2,300 permanent jobs for the Southern Illinois area. This is part of the proposed land site for the future mall. Controversy over the new Illinois Center hasn't stopped construction, as steps toward the land clearing have started today. In Marion, I'm Megan Beals for the SIU Night Report.
The Night Report, area hospitals receive a boost from Uncle Sam.
And in sports, Kyle says the Saluki football team falls again on the road. We'll have more. We'll be right back.